Welcome back to the Osi and Jason podcast because we're on our way to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, we are. We are.
Did
you just drop your mic? Is that a mic drop moment for you?
Every year.
Yeah.
I might not even start saying it's the Osi and Jason podcast until after the wild card. Because it's real.
It's real now. It's as real as it gets.
Yeah. We got to even knock out the teams that barely got in.
Yeah.
It's championship time.
I'm with you.
When you got 2 rings fully insured, I mean, you can do what you want.
Yeah.
Your game needs to be addressed.
I wonder where my rings are. I need to. I don't even know where they are.
You better figure that out.
Yeah, I'm not even sure where.
Will you go home and just do a once over?
I'll go look for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they got to be somewhere in there. I don't know where they are.
You should put them in a safety deposit box.
Why?
So you don't lose them? Because obviously you don't.
I don't care if I lose them. That's a fact. I don't care if I lose them. I don't care if somebody steals them. I don't care.
Because you want them.
I was there.
Yeah, that's true.
There's literally nothing you can do.
You can't take that away.
Nothing you can do. Nothing you can do.
Your name's in the middle of a stadium.
Are you going to go up there and take that down too?
No, that's not happening. Name's in the middle of the stadium.
It's the experience for me.
And you've done it twice. I'm with you. And you don't wear them. You only wear them when people ask you to.
Yeah. But, I heard this guy, and it is the funniest thing I ever heard, is Deion Sanders, right? And when Deion was like, you don't see people, gold medalists, walking around with their gold medals on their neck. And I was like, And since then, you would never see me walking around. So when I see people, just out in the streets, so they got the Super Bowl ring on, I'm like, what are you doing, man?
Let me explain something to you.
What are you doing, bro? Like, what are you doing?
Let me explain something to you, though. So I need you and Deion to understand this clearly.
Yeah.
It all depends on what kind of player you were.
That's true.
It all depends because people are going to know who you are, know the Super Bowl. They know who Deion is, know he's a Super Bowl. But if I want a Super Bowl,
you'd be walking around.
I'm wearing it at the grocery store.
Like you got your ring on?
I'm wearing it at the grocery store, and I'm telling you why I'm wearing it at the grocery store. I got a story for you. I'm wearing it shopping at Tesco's.
Like, what are you doing?
Bam. Big ring.
Hey, what is that on your finger?
Well, let me tell you why. Let me tell you. I am Jason Bell. I won Super Bowl XYZ. And I balled. Okay? Balled.
That is incredible.
When I was working at the grocery store back in California, one of my first jobs, I was a superior bag guy. I told you about that.
You don't even know what they're called.
A bagger.
That's how bad you were. You don't even know what they're called.
Bagger.
If you were that good, you'd know what it was called.
I was
Jason.
so fast. I was fast. Moms listens to this. She can verify the speed. Okay. I missed the championship because I had football practice one day.
All right.
We're gonna keep going. But a guy walked in. They had a bagging championship.
Really?
Yeah, you qualify and you keep going. I couldn't go to the next level because I had practice in the morning, and that's when the competition was.
So they have a grocery bagging contest.
It was on those stores, the fastest bagger. Yeah. And
and it's like a real competition.
Yeah.
And you guys are going hard.
You have to go, you have to do it, and then somebody has to look to see how you place the items. Because you just can't throw things in there. They have to be put in there correctly. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
This is how they keep people in their place. That's how they keep people in their place. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna give y'all a little contest.
Good job. I wanted to win too. They had me, bro. They had me.
Oh my!
They had me.
Incredible.
I don't even know how we got here. Oh, when I was there, a guy who had won a Super Bowl with a 49ers team or someone old school wore his ring in there. He's an old school player. You wouldn't even know. He had his ring on, and I was like, "How cool is that?"
Wow.
Yeah, at the store. So that would be me.
Ring on in the store.
That would be me. He was. Nobody would have known he played, so.
Except for he had the ring.
And then it could have been fake because I don't even know his name.
Yeah.
So. Oh my gosh. All right. So
championship weekend.
The next podcast will be on Radio Row in Los Angeles. Osi, how do you feel about that?
Are we going to be actually on Radio Row or just going to be in LA?
I think we'll be on Radio Row in LA, socially distanced somehow. With last time we were on a stage, and NFL had a stage, their separate stage. They were doing stuff. I think we'll have that again. Hopefully, a nice little setup. Simon,
on the
will
time.
it be? Yes, it will. Yes, it will.
Well, you better get your timing straight, Simon, because you think he's just gonna have me out there just doing whatever.
No, I think it's in your range that you gave them.
Is it?
I think so.
Really?
I looked at it briefly.
So you wanted to make sure. Because you knew what was going to happen if it wasn't.
When people throw things at me, I glance over.
Yeah.
And I look at where it lies in the day, and I go, you better check with Osi with that.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know.
Have you checked with Osi with that? My tone goes, have you checked with Osi? And they go, yes or no. And usually if they haven't, it's an immediate panic, like, we'll get back to you.
This is probably
because I'm like, this is not his range of work.
Yeah.
Like the man is early in the morning, on the grind, work hours, I'm out.
Yeah.
You're not gonna have me at the middle of the night rowing the boat.
No. You know the good thing is, and I said this when we spoke, we have learned so much this year.
Yeah.
Right? On how to deal with things.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So much.
Yes.
Because there's certain things that have happened, and we're not even going to talk about that, right?
Right.
But we have had to react to them immediately.
Yes.
And then be like, hey.
Sorry. Sorry, that wasn't, we didn't really flush that out.
Oh my God.
And
so now we know. We're like, you know what? Let's just
calm down.
Just chill. Just calm down.
It's funny because you look at how people respond to things on social platforms, the shoot first mentality.
Yeah.
But their repercussions are low.
You're right.
Their repercussions are low. No one's calling them out. Nobody's critiquing them. So it's like, brrr, just throw it out there.
Yeah.
And people, it's their job to be first or their platform to be first. They just think about that. They don't think about who has to give that opinion or statement. It's not malicious in a way where I think people don't care, but they don't.
They don't care. They just care about themselves.
They care about what they need to get done until they think about who does this impact. So they have to have that thought process for them to kind of ease off the pedal. We've done things in the past years ago where you've been like, let's just slow that down. We talk about it.
Yeah.
Give it a day. And in a day, you'd call me laughing, literally laughing. And I'd be like, oh my goodness, you're right. Like, just let it tone down. But no, it's something that everybody should look at with their own life. It's like, I look at sports. This one thing I love about basketball is, when they bring it down, and I grew up in the Lakers, like fast break. Remember all that? And then it's all about, sometimes you just bring the ball down the court slowly. See what's happening. You change the tone of the game by just how you bring the ball down. And I feel like with information, sometimes just come down the court a little slow, let it all kind of shake out and figure it out.
Can I ask you something, Jay?
Yes, you can.
It kind of ties into what we were just talking about. It hit me as we were speaking, because I remember I was having a conversation with my wife. This was maybe 2 days ago, right? And we were talking about the economics of things, right? I text you. I was like, I want to go to school for...
Back to business school,
I want to do that. And it was because of this conversation that I had with her.
Yep.
And it was like how basically so many things are based on economics, right? And then I thought to myself, I was like, can you imagine United States of America or the United Kingdom or these countries that, we live in, we've grown up in. Can you imagine if people didn't buy things that they didn't need?
The economy would crash.
Isn't that crazy?
It's been built like that for years, though.
Yeah. I know. But I'm thinking, I'm like, so this whole world that we live in,
overconsumption and things we don't need.
That's it. It's just consumption. Consume, consume, and then they market,
yeah.
and they consume, and it's just a cycle.
Yes.
But if you take away the need to buy things that you don't really need, the entire system collapses.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Been like that for years. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely. We're consistently pressured into doing things that we don't necessarily want to do or need to do because societal norms has told us we need to do that, and it's constant propaganda to promote that. And what does happiness mean? Well, you need this. What does success look like? It looks like this.
Yeah.
That's why when you think about the divide that happens in different countries, and you look at that, you can really see why people believe the way they do and why they went into their corners. You can just draw that line on about what we perceive these things look like and see where people lie. Because if all of your kind of self-worth is built on the thing I'm going to stop asking people, what do you do? Right? This is what a certain class of people, this is the conversation. Are you in the club? What do you do? Where'd you go to school? All these checklists, right? And I read a book about it and it really checked me. So if you are more than what you do, if what you are is really just the kind of person you are, the kind of your family, your beliefs, whatever, like when people keep constantly telling you, no, you have to have this to be whole or to be celebrated. I think I'd have a problem with that.
Yeah. I watched this little video called, I don't know if you watched it in America, it's called Adam Ruins Everything. Have you ever heard of that? Mm-mm. He goes around and he dispels these myths, right? And so this particular one was about the diamond industry.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And basically De Beers.
Trying to let them know, De Beers. They control it. They push out as much as they want. I mean, you can get a diamond so easy if you
right. So it's
not rare.
They don't have intrinsically they don't really have any value. They just have value because De Beers says
we're going to have value, and then we're going to promote throughout Northern America what a diamond means, why you need it. You have to have it. This is the only way to show love. Right? Exactly.
Like what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What is this?
And then you see all the problems you have within those areas that you can get the diamonds because you're trying to suppress the amount of diamonds going out because you can't flood the market. So what do you do? The things that have to take place to do that.
Good. So
sad.
It's really crazy, and so I stopped.
As I had a watch full of diamonds. So
right,
sorry.
Right. No, it's okay. It's okay. I get it because if you're not really, if I wouldn't have seen that video, to be honest with you, I wouldn't have known that.
I'm surprised you wouldn't have known that being from Africa.
I would not have known that.
Wow.
Would not have known that this is exactly what was happening, right?
Got it.
And then you have all these people going around spending their last dime.
Yeah, and they tell you what you got to spend. They've told you how to calculate based upon your annual
salary
income.
You spend on
like, what?
What?
Because now because back to full circle, it now justifies, my partner's place in the world is this because of this ring.
Because of this ring.
It's a game. Boy.
It is. Jason, it makes me want to throw up.
Chase your tail.
It makes you want to throw up, bro.
I know.
It makes you want to throw up.
Genius.
And it's incredible. And it's not only diamond. There's so many other different things like that, right?
Why do we watch sports? Competition. Why do we love it? Competition, the best. Oh, let's see it all right now. Love it.
Yep.
We love it. We did it. Well, people understand that. People are competitive. Let them compete on other things.
Yep.
And the marketing machines understand that.
Yep.
Like, is it their fault?
You can't say it's their fault.
No.
You can't say it's their fault. But that brings me to
human behavior.
That brings me to another interesting thing. And I promise after this one, then we will.
I had an interesting thing, but you can go with yours.
No. Because this is still in the same vein. Then we'll get to yours.
No, I mean, I don't, we're not in a rush.
Yeah. And this is really why I really want to go back to school, Jason.
You should.
Because what gives things their value, right? This is just hypothetical. Like, what gives things their value?
What people.
Right. So money itself.
Fiat currency, period. Yeah.
In some form or fashion, everybody can't have it.
What do you mean?
Everybody can't have money.
Okay.
Because if everybody has money, it loses its value?
It all depends on what the money represents. It loses its value based on.
Let's say everybody had enough money to buy anything that they wanted, right?
Right. Okay.
What value would money have? Everybody had money to buy what they wanted. Everybody. Would money still have value?
Well, the demand for money comes from labor. So it's
from
all
wanting
about,
to do
it's all
something.
about the labor that you have that gives you the money. So yeah, you can make as much, the money can come. It's about the labor. It's when you talk about
the kind of labor.
Any kind of labor. I mean, it's all about numbers, right? So you look at what they're talking about when you have this threat of China. Okay, what's the threat of China? The threat of China is they got so many people. So even if these people make half of what people make in the US per capita, right? They're still gonna have more money because it's more people.
Say that again?
So if you have more people making less money,
yes,
you still can have an economic output that's greater than a country of less people making more money.
Making more money, correct. Okay.
Which allows you to do things, right? Because you have more money, you have more labor, you have more taxes coming in, you can now, military spending, this, that, all kind of stuff, right? So when you talk about a viable threat and when you talk about what people have and the issue with when the US looks at China, more people, even though they're making less money, they have more economic output, makes more money, economy grows. Cycle. So it's all about labor force.
I'm so confused right now. I'm so confused.
You brought up the question and
I'm asking about like the supply and the demand of money. Like what actually gives money its value? And like I'm just trying to dig deeper into what gives money its actual value. They've removed the gold standard. We know that, right? So now what actually gives it its value, and why can't everybody have money? If they can just print, right? If they can just print money,
what
why
would happen
can't
if you
everybody
gave
have
everybody
it?
money, Osi?
The money, the value of the money would go down. No?
Or the value of, or the expense, or what these resources cost, what these things you wanted to buy cost, would go up.
Would go
extremely high.
Right. So you have to restrict.
You tighten dollars, you tighten money.
Yeah.
When inflation is occurring.
Okay, yes.
Right?
Yes.
You tighten it. So you move money from the economy.
Okay.
And you do that. The government does that by buying bonds or selling bonds.
Okay.
Period. They sell government debt or they buy back government debt.
Yes.
So that's what the Federal Reserve does. That's their job. That's all they do.
So, okay, if the government could print money, right?
As they have,
right? And it's based on the faith that people have in them, right? Why don't they just print money and give money to everybody?
Inflation.
Because it'll create inflation.
Yep.
So everybody can't have money then, basically.
Yeah.
Because that will create inflation.
Of course everybody can't have money. We all can't have $1 billion. It's impossible.
So everybody can't have money. And
how much is money? What does money mean? What is that?
That gives money its value. The fact that everybody can't have it.
Anything gives anything its value when there's less of it.
When there's less of it.
So why is art priceless? Because it's one piece of something.
Right. Yeah. 100%. Same way somebody can work in McDonald's, right? And make $5, $6, $7 an hour for 8 hours of work, and then somebody could.
I think it's what is it? 8 now? 12?
Yeah.
What is it now?
Somebody could
minimum wage.
like a professional athlete can work for those same 8 hours and make whatever. It's because of the supply and demand, right? Correct. So
skill. That's a skill.
Right.
I mean, there's one thing. Talent is the one thing that's hard to find, right?
Correct.
You can find. There's all that kind of different technologies, but talent still surpasses everything.
So at its base, and this is the thing that threw me, at its base, everybody can't have money. Because it goes, like the actual concept of money and the way the system works.
Right.
everybody can't have it. Because if everybody did have it...
But you're saying, why can't everybody have it? We know they can't.
I'm not saying why can't everybody have it.
But that's what you said earlier. Why can't everybody have it?
No.
That's what you did say earlier.
The question is, why can't everybody have it, right? And the reason why is because it would reduce the value of money. Mm-hmm. That's crazy to me.
Why is that crazy?
It's economics, but to me, it's...
So you don't disagree with it, you just like, it's a crazy concept. Because it's just supply and demand.
That's all it is.
Finest. That's what everything is.
That's so weird to me.
But that's economics.
Hence why I want to go to school to study economics. Because I truly want to understand that concept. Like I really want to, because to me, it just can't be that simple. It can't be that simple.
But you live it every day. So everything you do is based on that principle, or elasticity, which is how far can I push something before it snaps? How much elasticity? How much can I increase the price of this iPad until people stop buying it? That's the magic spot.
Okay, this is good. This is very good, right? So given the fact, right, that we've now agreed.
I never disagree with you. I just
No. I'm saying that I've talked through this, and I've talked through this with you, and I'm now of the understanding that everybody can't have money because there's a...
That was your first question. Why can't they?
Yeah,
okay,
right?
Now I'm following.
So now we got people who have so much, and other people who have nothing, who have so little, right?
Yep.
If we could somehow balance that.
It's what people are fighting for now.
But then if we took away from them, or if they got taken away from them and distributed it to everybody.
Taxation.
That's what taxes do, right? But if we do that on
the wealth tax does that.
If we do that on like an extreme level, right?
We have done that in the U.S. before, yep.
We have, correct. But if that happens and now almost everybody has money, right? Because they've taken from the rich and given to the poor.
Everybody wouldn't all have money, but it would be different. It wouldn't be this vast difference.
It wouldn't be
this extreme difference. Like the wealth gap is so extreme.
Yeah.
And so this is what makes our country so fragile.
Mm-hmm. Is that wealth gap?
It's not good. We have a lot of things that are teetering us on the edge of a lot of issues, and two of the big ones are the wealth gap, and the other one is an external threat. We've never had an economic external threat. We've had a threat as far as who we thought we were going to go to war with the Soviet Union at the time. We thought we had a nuclear power that it could be that, but they were never an economic threat.
Yeah,
China's an economic threat.
But why?
Why is China an economic threat?
Yeah. Why can't the United States and China like coexist? Like, why does China have to be a threat to the United States?
Because
economically,
everybody's trying to be a superpower.
Yeah, but why can't they be?
Not just like
they are, right?
Just like everybody can't be rich.
There we go. There we go.
I mean, this is. There's nothing.
There we go.
There's nothing.
So
there's nothing revealing about this.
If China's a superpower, if all these other countries,
they can be an economic superpower.
So if that's the case, that means they're a threat to other countries.
They're a threat to us, to the U.S.,
to the United States, because they can't. There's just not enough to go around.
Power. But that's basically
nuts.
That you can break that down to people in their individual households. Everybody's trying to accumulate. So where does your accumulation supersede, I guess, what you're saying about
everybody's trying to accumulate, right? There's some people who actually believe in sharing.
Yeah.
There's people who are like that. There's some people who actually believe that
I think a lot of people
as you grow, other people can grow with you. It's not all or nothing. And to be honest with you, that actually works best.
I think a lot of people think like that, Osi.
Yeah. So why can't countries think like that?
It all depends how it is portrayed. I think they do to some extent, but when you're at the top of the food chain, do you want to come down?
You don't have to come down. Everybody can come up.
There's a thing about power, and my understanding is power is a piece of a pie. And when you give it up, that piece is gone.
Yeah.
So it's all about what you want to do. This is a broader conversation, but it's a lot more difficult to give that up, because when you think, I'm all about sharing, but I'm just playing devil's advocate. What that allows you to do on the world stage. Yeah. So it allows you to set the rules in a way that, do you want to give up being the rule setter?
Yeah. That's interesting. I see power as like one pie, and you can just cut out slices and everybody can have that pie.
Has that worked in Africa?
There's a lot of things that haven't worked in Africa. Nobody's even attempted to do that. What Africa is doing is they're attempting to follow the model of places that for sure it's not going to work there. That's what's going on in Africa. They're trying to follow a European system, an American system, and they're not built like that. You have homogeny in these countries, whereas in Africa, you have 1,000 different tribes. In Nigeria, you got like 200 tribes. 200 different tribes.
Do we really have homogeny in the U.S. now?
Well, I think what you have in the U.S. is you have Black America, you have, Latin America, you have white America, and in between these, in between those different races, there isn't really that much of a fracture. That's what I see. Like I see there's, in Black culture, there's Black culture, right? And in between there's variance, but it's not really that. You have the LA, the West Coast, you have the East Coast, you have the Southern, you have these people, and in between those different places, they're pretty similar. Pretty similar.
I'm not similar how?
People from LA, most of the people who I know from LA,
yeah,
right? Or most of the people who I know from the West Coast, they behave in a similar fashion. Most of the people who I know from the South, they behave in a similar fashion. Most of the people who I know from the East Coast, they behave in a similar fashion.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean by that. Whereas once you go to Africa, you literally find 200 different people. I'm talking about like completely different
You've taught me
people. The Igbos, the Hausas, the Yorubas, the Efik, the Ejor, all these different tribes, they might as well be white and Black.
So would they ever, from a power standpoint, would they ever share power?
That's the thing. I don't believe that, I'm going to speak on Nigeria like specifically. I don't believe that Nigeria as a country, the way it's constituted right now, I don't think it's a viable country. I don't think it's viable. The same way I don't think the EU, the EU? Yeah. I don't think it can be one country. I don't think it's United Kingdom. Though. Exactly. I don't think it can be a country. I think Nigeria can work as a union. I don't think it can work as...
Following. Got it.
I don't think France,
but it's not.
UK...
It's not. It's already a union. So you're saying the Africa should function as a union.
100%. Nigeria should function as a union. It shouldn't function as...
Got it.
A country like France, Germany, Italy. Can you imagine all of them living... Can you imagine all of them living here? See, we're a country?
Well, my question for that was, when you said, why can't they all share power? I was like, because they just can't.
Yeah. If they were separated.
I'm talking about the countries, the U.S. When you ask, why can't these countries just all share power? Why do they fight for the power? I was like, well, they
on a global scale. I'm not talking about like on a country. Do you understand what I mean? Like on a global scale, I don't think that.
They're all people though, regardless of how you break them up. I was just asked, you said, why can't they? And I'm with you, but this is why they can't. Because it's the circumstances of how people behave when they are in a position of power. And people don't like giving up power.
Yeah. I just don't see how that's giving up power.
Okay.
I don't see how China functioning the way they're functioning, I don't see how that's taken away power from the United States. America is America, and America can continue to be America, no matter what China's doing. So I don't see why they have to view China as a threat to them economically.
Whoever produces more goods and services and makes more money is the shot caller.
Yeah.
And that's the threat. That's the threat.
Okay.
I mean,
maybe that's why America's America, right? Maybe everybody should just start behaving in that manner.
No, we just talking.
No, I'm just saying, like in general, like if you think about America being in the position that it's in, maybe because they see everything as a threat, or maybe because they see this, and maybe that's the way to be. Maybe.
I don't think like that. We just went through the discussion, so we were just talking. Just talking.
Yeah, but maybe. Anyway, what you got for us?
What did I want to? You know what I wanted to tell you? It kind of leads down this. It says, I was thinking, and it stirred from the conversation we had about Deebo Samuel yesterday. And you said something, we were talking before the show, and you were talking about, he's a great player, great receiver, great weapon. And you were like, J-Bell, I don't think he's a true number one. And I was like, I don't believe it, Osi. I was thinking one way. And then I said, Osi doesn't say things. Let me think about this stuff. And I was digging into it and I was looking and I was like, you know what? Osi's right. He's a great weapon. He's a great player. He's used great. But if he was just a receiver, would he be a great number one, route runner, all that kind of stuff? And I was like, yeah, Osi's right. And it made me think, how many people would rather be right than accurate?
Yeah.
And how we find things that make us right, even if it sacrifices us being accurate.
Yeah.
Because it makes us comfortable. And I started to go down this deep cycle on it.
Yeah.
And it was just fascinating how people will fight at every turn to be right. And it just all stirred from the fact that we always have these debates and conversations about things. A lot of stuff about football we talk about, we see it differently, but we take those and we educate ourselves based on our opinions.
Yeah.
And I was like, it just made me laugh. It really, and I thought about every day people doing so many things where they miss an opportunity, especially now when this so-called woke culture or whatever that is, and you hear so many people say how much they understand something because they read one article or an Instagram post. Like, I've done the research, and then they will constantly find everything to back that up, and you're just like,
confirmation bias.
Yeah. And it just made me laugh because when you look in your everyday life at something, those things come out. Yeah. And it was just that for me, it was like, I literally, I don't know. I was looking at the game last week, and then I was reading some stuff, and I just started thinking, and I was like, look at this. We talk about their coach, Kyle Shanahan, how he does plays. And I was like, I don't really believe what I said.
Yeah.
Well, I was like, I really don't believe that.
Yeah.
And it made me laugh because you can't, I don't know if I'm making a statement or asking a question, but I feel like even in politics, even in whatever, you can't be in anything. It feels like if you're in the middle, and you're moderate at the point of, I'm just trying to hear everything. I feel like you get attacked first.
Yeah.
I feel like there's more people that sit on the fence and want to kind of figure things out, but the people on each side attack them first.
Yep.
They wipe you out. You got to get in one of these corners, which forces people that might not necessarily want to be one-sided, but it's safe over there.
Yep. I agree. I think that what I've discovered and what I've had to do is I've had to check my instinct to do just that.
Yeah.
I've
like,
had
what
to.
side of...
I've had to, right?
Yeah.
And so now, a lot of times I go into conversations or I go into anything, right, without being 100% clear.
Yes.
So, for instance,
your mind isn't made up.
No. So, for instance, we could be having a conversation, right? And you can tell me something that I've believed the 100% opposite of. But if you give me something like that's a fact, I'll change my mind instantly. Right? Like I'll be like, oh, yeah, that actually...
That makes sense.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's where a lot of people may be lacking.
You got to be humble to do that.
Yeah. They may be lacking. They'll be like, they just hold on to whatever and just keep on by. But, and I've had, that's not, I don't think that's natural. That's something that just through the process of understanding how we are, that now I make a conscious effort to not fully believe anything one way or another.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's funny, man. That's how, now that we spend all our time talking about football for fun, not all of it, but a lot of it, and I look at how teams change during the year, I always think of just that basic principle of like, of simple human behavior. It's like what are the organizations, the teams that can check themselves?
Yeah.
Because each year is a different situation. Each conversation, like you saying, is different. And you don't have your mind made up. Like imagine you go in a game and I'm just doing this. But all of a sudden, different circumstances happen and you don't have that openness you have. How do you adjust?
Can't adjust.
You don't.
It's
and
done.
I just literally, I thought about that. I wrote it down because I was cracking up last night because I said, I don't even believe what I said. At the time, I believed it.
Yeah.
In the conversation, given how the conversation started, I believed in what I was saying. Because I was like, but what I believed was he is an excellent weapon, should be treated like a number one anything. But as the definition of a number one receiver, I don't. Yeah. So I didn't clearly identify what the definition of what we were talking about was.
Number one receiver was.
Right.
Yeah.
And it just made me crack up.
Yeah.
It just made me crack up.
But that's humble there, though. The fact that you can...
Yeah, I do it all the time.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I do it all the time. I think a lot of it is I don't know much, and the more I learn, the more I know how much I didn't know. And then the second part is you and I spend so much time having conversations where we think completely different about things, but I learn so much that if I'm not open to what you're saying, there's so much I'm missing out of.
Yeah.
Or I'm not thinking of something in a way that could maybe enhance my understanding of my opinion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I couldn't do it. I got one statement.
Okay.
It's a long podcast because we were talking about stuff. I got one statement, man, and we're going to get into this. We didn't get into a big football conversation because we got time, but I want to throw this out early. Cincinnati Bengals.
Yep.
Joe Burrow. Joe Cool.
Yep.
I had Simon do some research, and I was looking because I was thinking about this.
Okay.
When the Patriots won in 2001, was it 2001 season, 2002 Super Bowl? Yeah. They were the underdogs every playoff game, well, at least the conference championship and the Super Bowl. They were a big-time underdog versus the Rams, the greatest show on turf. The year before, they were 5-11, the Patriots. Tom Brady's first year. Okay. Tom Brady wasn't...
He didn't play, though. What, did he?
Tom Brady's first year, they were 5-11. The next year, him starting was the Super Bowl year.
So, okay.
Yeah. So I see why you're confused. But when you look at this, my gosh, Burrow's got magic. This team has magic.
Yeah.
Is this the 2001, 2002 Patriots? I mean, they're going against the team that's got the stars, high flying. Oh man, I've went against Cincinnati every single week.
So have I. Yeah.
And I talked about how great I thought they were, but I went against them.
Yep.
Every matchup, I'm like, talk myself out of it.
Yeah. And the way they're winning, the way they've been winning these playoff games is in a very similar fashion. Yeah. Yeah. I could see where you would be. I could see it.
I'm just talking.
I could see it.
People were talking about Brady's retirement and talking about that year and talking about stuff, and I thought, oh my goodness.
Is this the New England Patriots or is Joe Burrow the new Tom Brady?
No, it's the team. It's the team, right? They're an underdog. They've been an underdog the whole playoffs. I believe the Patriots had the close game against the Raiders in the Super Bowl, the controversial game, right?
Yeah.
Where the tuck rule came out of. It was just, they weren't the front runner.
Yeah.
They weren't the chosen one. That year, the chosen one was the Rams, the greatest show on turf.
Yeah.
All of that. And I just keep looking at a team. I keep telling myself why they can't win this week. Great season. You guys should be proud. They keep doing it.
Yeah. And I think a big reason why is because they don't think that they should be proud of what they've done. They want Cincinnati.
Oh yeah.
They want to win it all, right?
Oh yeah. They
want the whole. It's an interesting comparison. It is. I feel like they're different teams, but what they've done is very, very similar. I would say that.
Yeah. They got that it factor.
Yeah.
And they got the quarterback.
They do.
That has the it factor.
Yeah.
You know,
100%.
and that's the way I'm looking at this, where we'll get into that, but
The quarterback then,
yeah.
with New England, didn't have the it factor.
No.
Then.
No.
Right?
When he won that Super Bowl, that's when the story started.
Yeah.
True.
But this one here,
He's got it. He's got it.
You're the guy.
He's got it.
You're the guy.
That is true. That is true.
You're the guy.
It's yeah. We got a lot of time to talk about it.
You're him. You're the guy.
He's that guy. Oh, we got a question from Bianca. Osi asked J Bill, because it's that time of the year, so I have to flip that.
I really like the name Bianca, by the way.
Bianca.
It's a really nice name.
It is a nice name, isn't it? My friend Tony Parrish.
Okay.
His sister's name Bianca.
Nice.
Just
throwing that out there.
You said it's a nice name. It is.
Shout out to Tony Parrish.
Yeah, shout out to TP. Still lifting weights. Big weights. Houday, at what stage did you think, damn, the Bengals are going to the Super Bowl this year? Houday, when they won the game?
Yeah, that's it. That was about the only time I thought that. I didn't think that for a second before.
I didn't think until that field goal went through. I said, they're going to win this game.
No.
I take zero credit for that, Bianca.
Let me be honest. I started to think that midway through the third quarter.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Justifiable. You
Midway
thought
through the third quarter,
these boys got it back.
Like something's not adding up here.
We
talked about this on the show. It was like, hey, what is Patrick doing? What is he doing?
What is why does his eyes look like that? He is lost.
Yeah. So midway through the third quarter, I was like, oh, Cincinnati's gonna win this game.
You like,
and they did. Yeah, it's crazy.
KB Osi.
Yep.
Yes, I love him too. KB. Jason, we know you have downloaded Succession, but what are Osi's, good question, in-flight plans for the big trip to La La Land?
Yep.
Mike also asked for Osi's in-flight strategy. Ooh,
for the trip to LA?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, is it so? KB asked for Mike also, or what is this? What is this?
Two people.
Okay, Mike. Okay, so this is a different. Two people asked the same question, Osi.
Okay.
Someone added that.
Okay.
Very good question.
Simple. So here's my strategy.
I like this.
The night before, I'm going to stay awake.
Okay.
Right? So that's Friday night. I'm going to stay awake.
All night, party at the crib.
Just doing whatever. Right? 8 a.m. soccer game.
Oh, jeez.
8 and 9. So it's a 2-hour soccer game from 8 to 10.
Oh,
Boom.
my gosh.
Right? I'm still awake now, remember.
You're playing with fire.
Just on fumes, right?
Dangerous. Shout out to Danger.
Get to the house, shower, you know what I mean? You know, kiss my kid, play around, off to the airport.
Yep.
Right?
Got it.
3 o'clock flight. Boom. I still haven't eaten, remember.
You do have to remind, because a normal person would think you just eat, you ate.
Haven't eaten anything.
No.
I go sit in the lounge. I don't eat in the lounge either.
Oh, that's disrespectful.
No. I'm going to tell you why.
All that conversation about money?
I'm going to tell you why.
You better take advantage.
I'm going to tell you why, Jason. Because for some reason, I am the opposite of people, because plain food tastes great to me. I love it. I love plain food more than anything.
So you don't even want the lounge food?
I don't want the lounge food. No. I want to get on the plane, right? I want to walk all the way back to seat 2B. Right? All the way back to seat 2B. Think about that. I want them to bring out my warm peanuts.
That is one of the best things.
Yeah.
I do that at the crib, heat them in the microwave.
You heat them up, right? Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
There's nothing like them peanuts, but they taste better on the plane.
So now you're understanding what I'm talking about.
They do.
Now, okay. So why did you laugh at me when I said, so it's just the peanuts that taste better on the plane? Food tastes better on the plane.
I think the peanuts for me.
Okay.
You lose some of your taste buds in the air?
Apparently. That's what I hear.
This is amazing by you.
Mine is the opposite.
You just battle through.
No, mine is the opposite.
This guy, who are you?
So they bring out the warm peanuts, right? I want my drink, and I want just a couple of ice cubes in it, right? But it's just plain Sprite.
Okay.
It's just plain Sprite, right?
All right.
And then I chill for a bit, and then they bring out the food. They bring out the real food. But when the lady comes with the bread basket, I tell her I want 4 pieces of bread. I don't want 1, I want 4.
Don't worry about coming back here.
Yeah.
Put them here.
Put them, so she goes boom, 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 boom. And then she drops one butter. Same kind or
different?
No, different kind. Nice. And she drops 1 butter, and I'm like, I want another butter. So she brings 2 butters. So I have 2 butters, 4 pieces of bread.
She's looking like, who is he?
No, she doesn't mind because of where I'm sitting. Yeah. She's
2B, you're going to get what you need.
You're going to get what you need.
Yeah.
Boom. Then she brings out the food, right? Boom. So boom, I eat the food, I eat the dessert, I've eaten the bread, right? And then I tell her, please, or him, please, could you bring out the snack baskets? And then they bring out the snack baskets.
This is fresh after the move. You don't even, no break in between.
Boom.
Okay.
Boom.
Snack basket.
Ooh. Boom, boom, boom. So now I'm good and full, right? Ooh. And so now I lay down. I lay my seat all the way down, right? And then it's The Last Kingdom. That's the show I'm watching, The Last Kingdom.
I've heard of this.
Yeah, it's a great show.
Okay.
So I'm only on season 1 right now.
And it's on Netflix.
4 more seasons. It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
So I'm going to download the other ones, and boom, I'm laying down. I'm watching The Last Kingdom. And this is like, because this is like an 11-hour flight, right?
Yeah.
So I've already eaten that one meal, and then you eat the pregame meal. Before you land, you eat that meal. And then I land, and then guess what? I go to dinner with my boy Jimbo. If you're there, we go to dinner Sunday.
Gotta see Jimbo.
I've already booked dinner for Monday, by the way.
Oh, good.
Yeah, but this is Saturday that we're talking about here.
Saturday.
Yeah. Land, go to dinner, come back,
I love it.
Go straight to sleep.
I love it. What time's dinner on Monday?
9. I booked it late, 9 p.m.
Man, we might be struggling. But
you think so?
All right.
Monday?
We're always tired.
You gotta fight through it.
Yeah,
so
we do.
That's my strategy.
I love this strategy.
Yeah.
By the way, I think I'm going to attack the snack tray immediately afterwards.
Why not?
And it's all the good ones still there. The super selection.
They're all there.
As soon as you said
people haven't taken all.
I said, this man's on to something.
Yeah.
He's on to something.
Good to go.
That was so well thought out.
Yeah. But you know how I am with those type of things.
I expected it out of you.
Yeah.
But that was next level.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
Rhea, what is this? Rhea in Wales. Osi, love your style.
Okay.
Ever thought of having your own clothing line?
Nope.
You don't want to share that with the people, do you?
My own clothing line? I just feel like that's just,
We have a teammate who's done that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
never really ends well for us.
I can't.
But I appreciate it, though.
I can't.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Thank you, Rhea.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for appreciating my style, man. A lot of thought and effort goes into it. So the fact that you notice, that really, I'm really happy about that. Thank you so much.
Simon, is this serious you just sent me?
Yeah.
The Jason and Osi podcast has just cracked the top 50 podcasts on Spotify.
In where? Like Africa or something? What are you talking about? That can't be possible. Really?
Wow. That is some news we weren't ready for. Top 50
like you just made that up.
on Spotify. That's what Simon just gave us. You know how you just don't even know how to react? Like, man, thank you, everyone. Really.
That is incredible.
We appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
Keep sending in questions.
We're on to something.
If we could just figure out the economy, we'd be all right.
Yeah.
Man, we appreciate y'all, man. Next
so
time
cool.
you'll hear from us, we'll be in LA. We'll be full. And I'm telling you, we will tell you if Osi's airplane strategy works for the common man, because I am going to attempt it.
Yeah. Do it.
Holla at us.